They are the most well-known electric cars on the planet, but Tesla sales are taking a dive this week amid growing tensions over founder Elon Musk and his increasingly controversial behaviour after the billionaire's apparent Nazi salute and his recent ties to far-right political groups. An increasing number of Tesla owners around the world say they are considering selling off their cars. Back home in Australia, there's a similar sentiment, with local Tesla owners taking to social media to voice their frustrations over the CEO's actions. For more, political commentator and radio host Ben Ferguson joins us live in Houston, Texas. Good morning to you. What impact do you think Elon Musk's actions could have on the Tesla brand?
Yeah, I think very little. I think as many people as he's, quote, losing over this, he's going to pick up from conservatives that know, for example, when he put his hand up in the air that he was saying from the bottom of my heart to yours. It was taken out of context, and people are using that to slander him. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. If you look at the before and after, it had nothing to do with the Nazi salute. I hope he sues a bunch of people for slandering him over that. But at the end of the day, when there's people out there like, I'm no longer going to buy a Tesla because of Elon Musk trying to save American taxpayers dollars, which is what he's doing, and finding interest in the U.S. government to try to make it more efficient, there's a lot of new people. I'm a great example of that. I would have never thought about buying a Tesla 2 or 3 years ago. I'm just not an electric car guy. But if I see this have any impact, there's a very good chance my next car could be a Tesla, and there's going to be a lot of others that do the same.
Okay, so now you're on board. Okay, so put aside that the I love you salute, shall we call it that? Yeah. He then talked to this group in Germany called AfD. Now, they've been classified by the German judiciary as a suspected extremist party. When you combine that with that salute, is that a concern?
No, and this goes back to reality compared to slander. You also had Joe Biden and Democrats in America that said that Donald Trump was a Nazi just weeks before the election, but then they were hanging out laughing with him. Barack Obama said he was a threat to America, and they were hanging out laughing a week and a half ago. So I go back to sometimes politics is just politics. And there are people in the world that love to try to destroy the other side, and they want to destroy their companies. They want to destroy their livelihoods. They want to destroy their families. And that's their prerogative. You're never going to stop evil people like that. But I go back to what you're watching on the screen right there. He was talking about from the bottom of his heart to thank you to the people in the crowd. There's 100 different pictures out there, the top leaders in the world, where they will wave at a crowd. And it's absurd that people are acting like that was anything close to some sort of Nazi salute.
Okay, well, we've got you. We've been running a story this morning about a man here in Australia who's been kicked out of a bar for wearing one of your president's MAGA hats. We'd love to hear your take on that. Does it happen in the US too?
Yeah, look, I laugh because if you're a private business, and at least in the U.S., and I'm not exactly sure what y'all's laws say about this, but here you can refuse service. If you want to do that for political reasons, that is your decision. I think it's narrow-minded, but I'll take my money happily somewhere else. It's happened to me where I've been in a restaurant and someone's like, we're not going to serve you because you're conservative. I'm fine by that. I thank you for telling me before I needed to pay my check. I would love to leave your restaurant. So to him, I have a feeling there's a lot of other people that are more than happy to buy him a free beer for wearing that hat. I think this is part of the problem in politics today is that people look at one side or the other and they say, I want to destroy you. Instead of saying, can we agree to disagree? We need to have safe places where everyone can go and have a beer, for goodness sakes, and not be triggered by a Make America Great Again hat.
We should be able to agree to disagree there, just like the old days, surely.
Yeah, it was so nice, right? When you actually had debate and people were like, let me buy you a beer and let's talk it out.
Exactly. Thank you, Ben.